as a producer, you know, you're listening to the audience. You're sitting there. I mean, the basic proposition of theater is very simple. I'm here, you're there, what do you got?
Mike Isaacson and I came together in a somewhat unusual way. At the time that Fox Theatricals was producing Thoroughly Modern Millie, both of our superiors left their positions. And at a very crucial point in the process of the show moving from La Jolla Theater to Broadway, the owners came to us and said, you know, is this something the two of you could do together and get us to the finish line? And he and I looked at one another and said, of course we can. We will absolutely do this together. Don't worry at all. They leave the room and we look at each other and we go, hi, I'm Mike, I'm Kristen. Because surely we had had some interaction, but very little. Thoroughly Modern Millie, which spoiled us in some respects because the show went on to win 8 Tony Awards, including Best Musical.
Kristen and I, we've always been really good at sort of isolating, there it is. That's something that we want to talk about or we want to be a part of.
And we're at a lovely point right now because we've just come off of Fun Home, which won 5 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. And then this past season, The Humans, where we won the Tony Award for Best Play.
I think we're very proud of when you look at everything we've produced. It's an eclectic list. It's not the same thing. And I think the core of that is responding to something in a work that's very special.
I've directed 4 plays at the Muny, including Fiddler on the Roof, Into the Woods, Aladdin, and Mary Poppins. Mike is an unusual producer, I will say, because he really has an incredible combination of understanding the producing side of the business side, commercial side of the business, and what the artists both need. And he has an artistic eye. It's a really special combination. One of the things you notice consistently is artists want to come back to work with him. That's something I really notice in the business, is that when you see that person who's worked with someone several times, you know that person has trust.
You know, he's really amazingly wonderful with actors and performers, because I think he really, like myself, he's a real musical, well, I say theater, not just musical, theater geek. Meaning, as children, I think we both were in our rooms listening to cast albums and reading the backs of liner notes and memorizing who everybody was and so forth.
You can say to Mike, in a perfect world, I would cast this person. And somehow you show up at the first day of rehearsal and he's found that person for you. And that is a consistent thing Mike's been able to do because actors and all artists want to work with him, want to work here at the Muny.
I love to see a performer giving us everything they've got and then surprising us with other things we didn't know they had. I mean, that's been a real joy of the Muny, in the sense that there's been certain performers who've been part of my time there who, you know, I've gone to and said, no one knows you can do this, let's do this.
You know, when Dreamgirls was done, and it really touched me because he came to me and he said, we did it. And I thought, well, I didn't do anything, you did it, you know. But I knew what he meant, because there was a time when a show like Dreamgirls might not have been done and hadn't been, but he made it happen.
Again, when you look at aspects of Mike Isaacson that make him beloved, his ability to trust people and to really let them go the mile and the loyalty that's connected with it is one of the reasons so many artists want to work with him. And people, for instance, connected to the Muny keep coming back year after year.
You know, I think that's an important part of who he is in context of him being here in St. Louis. He's a legitimate, bona fide Broadway producer. And I think that's reflected in the body of people that work at the Muny now. But they know that Mike is connected to their world in New York, where they return to when they leave the Muny.
Very grateful and honored and really humbled by this. This award was really a surprise and means a great deal to me, more than you can know. So for the Arts and Education Council to see this and note it is very, very special to me, and I am truly, truly verklempt and grateful.